Hi there, everyone. It's Tracy Lewin.
And Merv Smith. How are you doing today, Trace?
Yeah, fabulous as always. Thanks, Merv. And how are you?
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah,
Fantastic.
summer is on its way. The days are getting brighter and sunnier and warmer, and the sun is quite healing. It's lovely.
Well, you know what? I'm in Dubai and the summer is here, and it's a time where everybody actually stays indoors and they really wish for winter. It's a different world when winter's around. The flowers are magnificent. People are outside, and the people of Dubai love winter.
Yeah, sure. Amazing, eh? Different cultures. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, different areas of the world, really. So
Yeah.
it's really awesome. But today is a third episode of Frequently Asked Questions. So let's get on to, firstly, our lesson from you today.
Okay. Let me just see if I can see the screen. There we go. Um, the quote that we have today is from Les Brown. Now, Les Brown is sort of like the granddaddy of personal development, self-improvement, etc. He has the most incredible life story ever. So for those who don't know Les Brown, do yourself a favor and go and look him up. You will be just so encouraged just purely by the message that he has and from where he's come to where he is now today. And this is one of the quotes that I put out the other day from him, and it says, the number one thing that has changed my life recently is reading 30 pages a day. But I don't just read any book. I only read those that give me a step-by-step action plan. So I've also heard a saying that you are the sum of the people that you mix with and the books that you read, or the tapes or CDs or DVDs that you listen to. And I want to put out a challenge there. If you can't do 30 pages, that's fine. But how about finding an instructional book? So, for instance, at the moment, I'm wanting to be better at sales, for instance. I'm going to go and find myself a book by a world-renowned salesman, and I'm going to start reading. And I'm committed to 10 pages a day. I can't do 30 at the moment, but 10 I can do. So, Tracy, are you in for the challenge?
Yes, actually, I think I will, because this is something that I haven't done, and I need to. And I absolutely love Les Brown. So whatever Les Brown says, I can do.
Well, it's just a matter of getting into it. People have to educate themselves. And how do we do that? Well, there's a lot of information out there. There's libraries full of instruction books. But find the area that you want to improve and go and read 3 or 4 or 5 books, and then you'll be an expert in that area. So that's what I'm doing. I've actually bought a book, might not be on sales, but I bought a book from J.T. Fox over the weekend. I was at one of his Tycoons of Wealth seminars, and I bought his book, The Millionaire Underdog. So I'm committed to reading at least 10 pages a day. So I'm in for this. I want to be better in that area, Tracy. So I'll check in with you next week, okay?
Fantastic. Yes, definitely. So I'm into, I need to just think about my topic, seeing that you've just sprung this on me now. And, but I will definitely look at what I need to, there's always something that you need to improve.
Well, look, it could be things like, say, for instance, you're a mom and you need to find out about potty training. You may have a teenager and you need to find how to deal with that sort of rebellious phase that they go through. It may be that your marriages need a little bit of spice. It doesn't matter. Whatever area that you may need a little bit of assistance in, hey, there's books out there for that.
Yes. Absolutely. So basically, this is any topic, and I mean, everybody can actually. It doesn't have to be around business. It's really about your life.
Exactly. It's not fiction, okay? It's not Mills and Boone. That's what he's saying, yeah, is a step-by-step action plan, meaning that it's going to give you practical advice that you can put in to today for what you're reading, if that makes sense. So, yeah, no fiction, no Mills and Boon, none of that kind of stuff.
And if I can just ask our listeners, if you do find a book and that you believe that we need to read or we need to look at, or whatever's close to your heart, you can actually add the detail in the comments below. So that would also help us and maybe give some other people some ideas.
Yes, fantastic. Just now we'll have our own book club like Oprah.
Yeah, who knows, eh? Our own book club.
Who knows? Yeah.
All right then. So following on from last week, we had a whole bunch of questions. And as I've mentioned before, these questions came from a meeting that was held by you, Merv, and you got a whole bunch of questions because sometimes we don't realize that there are newbies around us who don't actually understand Bitcoin as yet. So, and there's also no stupid question, and it's important if someone's asking it. So here we're on to week 3. The other 2 weeks have been in previous episodes. If you'd like to listen to them, go to your YouTube channel, to our YouTube channel. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put those links to those videos in the below this video so that you can go back to them. So here are the first lot of questions. Since Bitcoin does not have a stable value, how do you know when the right time is to purchase Bitcoin? Well, this is, everybody would love to know when to purchase Bitcoin. And at the end of the day, for me, the most important time to purchase Bitcoin is actually now. So I am a long-term investor, so I'm going to buy now for the future. So I'm not going to be using my Bitcoin for anything else but for the future. However, if I was a speculator, this is a little bit tricky. So you kind of need to know how to read candlestick charts. You need to watch for trends. You need to add a little bit of your own intelligence. However, it is very, very tricky to actually make money on Bitcoins if you are a speculator, because a couple of weeks ago the price was in a bull run. It almost hit, it was, the highest was about 730 odd. Was it 730 or was it higher, Merv?
No, I think it was just a little bit less, Trace. I think it got to about 720, but it doesn't matter. It was over the 700.
Yes, it was over the 700 mark, and actually at the moment, then it dropped and into the 600s, hovered there for a bit, and then we had something in the market happened that no one could predict, which was a hacking of a large exchange. And obviously the people that did the hacking might have wanted to get rid of the Bitcoin quickly, and they needed to liquidate it. So perhaps they actually pushed the price down, and it's actually ended up around about 580 at the moment. So yeah, who can actually who can predict that? No one can predict that. So it depends totally on what you want to actually get out of Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin has grown in the last year about 160%, which is a huge amount of growth. And so now we really do believe that the price is going to go up. So now is the time to actually buy, and particularly when the price is low, because it's already tested those higher levels, and it just needs to ramp up again. And we know that it will. Well, we believe that it will. Put it that way. What are your thoughts on this, Merv?
Well, definitely Bitcoin, the way that we've been sort of teaching and speaking about, we've got a longer term view on Bitcoin. Just as a matter of interest, we had Peter Murray on a month or how long ago it was, talking about how to trade. And that might be something, if you guys are interested in trading, is to go and have a look or listen or find that video. And just have a listen to it. So we're not talking about the trading side of Bitcoin at the moment. But when is the best time? Then my feeling is, just as you said, Tracy, now. Now's a good time. Now's a fantastic time. I remember not so long ago thinking, oh my word, it's got to 7,200 Rand already. Oh, I wish I had bought it a week ago. You know how it goes. And now it's in the 8,000s or whatever, or whatever you're talking like in dollars. And it's just such a giggle, because if we're looking at the longer term view of Bitcoin, today is always the best time to buy. Because irrelevant of what the price is today, you know, without any shadow of a doubt, that it's going to grow in the future. We have a limited supply of Bitcoins. We only have 21 million ever going to be produced or mined. It's never going to grow. It's never going to get more than that. It's not like fiat currency. So get your Bitcoins, get it today. And if we're talking about candlesticks, by the way, the indication is that it's about to start turning up. So if you're looking, thinking, sort of on the fence a bit, hey, today's a good day.
Yeah, today's a good day. And I also just wanted to say that, you know, I have 3 grandchildren, and my plan is to actually give them each a Bitcoin, and they're at different ages now. So one is almost 5, the other one's just 2, and another one is almost 6 months. So what I'm doing is I'm actually giving them each a Bitcoin now, and they will only be able to use that Bitcoin or get access to that Bitcoin when they are 21. So my first grandchild, that Bitcoin is going to have 16 years to grow. The other one is 19 years, and the other one almost 21 years to grow. Imagine what a massive amount of money these kids are going to end up with now. You know, and this is, and that's what you need to think about. You know, if you've got something important you want to save towards, if you're wanting to save money on to help you with your retirement, or you're wanting to save for a house, or whatever it is, it's actually an excellent investment, and it should be part of an investment portfolio to actually put money into Bitcoin, because we know that this is going to just take off. There's a lot of development in the blockchain space, and it's almost like a tsunami that's on its way, because once all of these and a lot of these blockchain initiatives start coming into reality, we're going to see Bitcoin will move.
For sure. I have a client who's actually going to start putting into one of the accumulation programs that we have. He's going to start investing on a monthly basis. Why? Because in 2018, he wants to do a huge overseas holiday. And this is going to aid him to do that. Isn't that awesome?
Well, that's fantastic, because you know what? He can actually then pay for his flight using Bitcoins. He can travel. He will be able to travel the world using his Bitcoins. And that's incredible. So well done to him. He's definitely someone who's thinking. He's definitely someone who has a vision of the future.
For sure.
Okay, if you create an account, buy Bitcoins, not investing or doing anything with them, do your Bitcoins grow?
Well,
Irv, do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, Tracy, I think we've covered that really, because the reality is to create an account, I'm sure this person is talking about like having an altcoin trader or a local Bitcoins account. If they just buy Bitcoins and leave them inside the wallet, make sure you, please guys, every week I'm going to drum this in again and again. Make sure you got a Google Authenticator on your wallet. And in fact, the best would be to take them offline, which we can get to in a couple of episodes from now. We have a product coming out which you'd be able to take your Bitcoins offline. So even if you just buy your Bitcoins and leave them inside your wallet, they will grow. Why will they grow? Because the Bitcoin price always has an upward trend over the long term. And I think we've just covered that. So it isn't that they grow because they're getting interest or anything like that. They grow simply because they're a commodity that can be traded, and it is a dynamic market, and the price eventually goes up, up, up. Like you said, it's grown 160 odd % in the last 12 months. So if you just bought Bitcoins a year ago, did nothing with it, you'd have 166 or whatever % more market value on the same coin or coins that you have in your wallet.
Of course, when you want to change that, that's just considering the Bitcoin price growth. That's
Correct.
without considering any kind of movement with fiat currency. And we did an exercise a while ago where we even got up to 322% growth on, that was the highest, that was the peak. I mean,
Yeah.
on fiat currency versus Bitcoin. So, I mean, it's really, really huge. And the best asset out there, the best performing asset out there.
Well,
Okay.
mine is just, the first Bitcoin I bought was 3,475. The price now is about 9. Mine is almost 300%.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's easy.
Huge amount. Okay,
Yeah.
so you alluded to the Google Authenticator. Should we chat about that, Merv?
Yes, Tracy, go for it.
Well, the Google Authenticator is free, and you actually have to download it on your phone. And this is very, very nifty, and it's actually just adds another level of security into your Bitcoin to access into your Bitcoin wallet. And so it does as you're signing into your Bitcoin wallet, it will ask you for the Google Authenticator code, and this is something that you do need to set up when you do initially set up a wallet. Because you have to scan the QR code and et cetera, et cetera. We do have a video on explaining how to set up a Google Authenticator, but it definitely is another level of security, which is very, very important. You don't want to leave your coins out there for anybody to take. And unfortunately, people are getting very, very smart when it comes to taking other people's coins. So, and that's one of the reasons why it is important to consider taking your Bitcoin offline. But we'll take you through that at another stage.
Very true. Tracy, I had a young man, and I think I mentioned this last week. I have a young man that I've been sort of training a bit in Bitcoin and whatever. My biggest thing is always security, security, security. He bought $250 worth of coins, and he thought he was fine. Didn't put Authenticator on. Within that week, they were all gone. And it just broke my heart. And so every week I'm going to hammer in this Google Authenticator. It's the least that we can do to protect our finances, and it's a simple program. You don't have to be overwhelmed by technology or the thought of, I don't know how to do this. You don't have to worry. Most of these wallets, for instance, local Bitcoins, will take you step by step through how to put the Google Authenticator onto or into that program. They also have like a paper printout that you could do. So they'll say, okay, fine, do you want it on your mobile phone? And then you would download the Google Authenticator, look in your Play Store, and you'll find it. Just type in Google Authenticator and you'll find it. It almost looks like a silver with studs in. So you could look for that. You would also need a scanner, I don't know, a QA scanner or something, so that you can scan the barcode or whatever those things are. What are they called, Tracy?
It's called a QR code.
There we go. That QR code, you'd be able to scan it in, and it then sort of sets everything in motion for you. The one thing that you do just need to be aware of is that your computer and your cell phone need to be the right time. So I had an issue last week, the week before, with my local Bitcoins. I couldn't get it to read the the Google Authenticator code. And it simply was a matter of I needed to reset the time. So inside the Google Authenticator, there's a place where you can sync your time to the internet time. Dream.
Interesting.
So there is one other thing that they will do for you in local Bitcoins is you can print out a list of codes. I don't know how many there are. I don't know. I can't remember. But you can print them out. So if you don't have a smartphone, but you want to be able to protect your money or your wallet, you can print this thing out. I actually saved it onto my computer. And then every time you want to log in, it will say, go and look at the code on number 6. You would go and look at number 6 on your list, and it would give you a 6-digit code, and you could just type that in, and hey presto, you've got access.
Oh, fantastic.
But either way, please don't not put some security onto your wallet. Don't be like my friend who lost his first coins, please.
Excellent. Okay, do I need to open a blockchain to start buying Bitcoins? I'm assuming this is a blockchain wallet.
They were talking about blockchain because they heard about blockchain. The reality is a lot of people don't understand what blockchain is.
Okay. All right. So you know, if you go to blockchain.info, blockchain is actually the website that you can follow every single transaction that is done with Bitcoin, and they also have a wallet. So there's no need to actually open up an account there unless you want to. So basically, you do need to have a wallet though before you start buying Bitcoin. You know, I don't know if you want to add anything to that, Merv.
Yeah, just that blockchain is what blockchain is. It's the underlying program that Bitcoin sits on top of. So it's the software that's running continuously, and it's held by millions of people across the planet. Okay, so that is blockchain. Bitcoin sits on top of that, and you have to have a wallet, and that wallet is then linked into the blockchain, if that makes sense. But you don't have to know anything about blockchain whatsoever to get Bitcoins. All you have to do is get a wallet, and as we've mentioned, you can get them from Bitx, you can get it from local Bitcoins, Coinbase, altcoin traders. Give me some more, Tracy.
It just depends where you are in the world, because there are different exchanges in different parts of the world and different wallets. Basically, you can have a wallet wherever. The difference is whether you can actually buy from that exchange. Like, for instance, where I am, or let's say where you are in South Africa, Merv, you won't be able to open up an exchange, or rather an account in, let's say, in America, because they don't supply Bitcoin to anybody in South Africa, because there's also a huge amount of issues in terms of paying for the Bitcoin. So you wouldn't really do it. You'd rather buy your Bitcoin locally from Bitx or even just local Bitcoins.
Correct.
But however, it doesn't. Even if you can't buy from those exchanges, it doesn't stop you from opening an account.
Correct. I have a blockchain.com wallet that I use for a number of things. I can't buy through blockchain.com, but I can move coins through there. So that's what I use that for.
Yeah.
If I want to buy coins, then I would be in local Bitcoins, yes.
Okay, the next question, where can I invest my Bitcoins? Now, you know, there are, depends on what type of investment you're looking at. If you're looking at accumulating Bitcoins, you know, there are companies out there that can assist with this and also give you really a safe way to start growing your Bitcoins, because there would be a monthly a monthly accumulation that takes place, but then it would be for a contract, which is anything up from 90 days up to a year, which you could then reinvest depending on how you're going. Some people want to invest in multi-network marketing companies. With those kind of companies, you need to see whether you will get a return on your investment. Sometimes, for instance, let's say you put in $500 and you're investing into a network marketing business that's going to pay you, let's say 5 or 10 or 20% back every month, it's going to take some time before you get your money back. So you actually lose the capital gain that you would have if you just held your Bitcoins. So there are various places to invest. You just need to consider your options and what is going to work for you. I mean, I can personally say that I did invest in a couple of network marketing businesses, and I, unless you actually are an active recruiter, it takes forever to get your money back. So that's not what I'm doing at the moment. I'm actually investing in something that is backed by micro lending, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, Tracy, there are a couple of options. So, the best way to start investing in Bitcoins is to buy Bitcoins. We have mentioned it before, the price of Bitcoins is going to grow continually on the upwards way over a period of time. So you'll have, ups and downs, but as a general rule, it will continue. So just by holding Bitcoins, you're investing.
Correct.
Secondly, like you mentioned, an accumulation program. For us, that's the way to go right now because it's simple. You put your Bitcoins into these programs that are backed by micro lending and they have a proven business model. You put your money in, it's held for, say, 12 months, but at the end of the period, you get your Bitcoin back. Plus, every month, you can get the accumulation or, in inverted commas, interest, because it's not really interest, but it's worked on your Bitcoin. So as the Bitcoin price increases, so does the value of what you get on a monthly basis. So that's very exciting. You could actually invest in a company, for instance, if you wanted to, that accepts Bitcoins. That's a great way to grow your Bitcoins. But then we're getting into more complicated stuff. So if you're just starting off, that would be my suggestion. Buy Bitcoins, hold them. Or the best bet at the moment is to get into accumulation program. You mentioned the networking. I don't class myself as a networker. I don't go out there and chat up the whole world and get them signed up. Okay, so those networking companies will make money if you're an active recruiter, as you said, simply because of the commission you get on the recruitment fee. You don't necessarily get the money back on the mining contract, for instance, in the short term. There's a school of thought out there, well, you know what, maybe over a long period I still feel that we would lose on the value or the appreciation of the coin over a period of time. But yeah, that's what I have to say about investing with coins right now.
Well, what I have to say is just get started. Buy your first Bitcoin or buy your portion of Bitcoin and get going and hold on to them until you find, something that blows your hair back and where it can grow safely and where you do not lose your capital. Very, very important not to lose your capital.
You know what, Tracy, another thing that I've been thinking about over the last week or so, maybe even longer, is it also depends on your age. The older you get, the less risk you should be taking when you're trying to build your wealth. So, you know, when you're younger, you should be at least putting something into accumulation on a monthly basis. And then if you want to take a portion of that and use it in sort of more risky stuff, that's very different to when you're 60, you've got a set amount of money and you're trying to build your wealth for retirement. So my suggestion would be really think carefully before you take on any of the networking or risky kinds of investments that are out there. Spread your risk, definitely, but sort of tend more to the secure side depending on your age.
Yes, well, you know, been there, done it, bought the t-shirt.
Haven't we just?
Okay, so these are questions for next week, which we will cover. And just to finish off, this awesome woman, Oprah. I mean, she's been absolutely amazing and an inspiration to so many people. But what she has to say here is be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. And how true that statement really is. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Focus
She's a
and be grateful.
Sure.
Yeah, and focus and be grateful for what you have. And be blessed and feel blessed.
There's always something in our lives that we can be grateful for. That is for sure. I now do 5 minutes of gratitude every day because it's just we need to start verbalizing the fact that we are grateful, because where we focus is where we end up. So when we start concentrating on what we don't have, as Oprah is saying, we're going to get more of that. We don't want more of what we don't have. We want more of what we want. So if there's something in our lives, I don't care who we are, there's something in our lives that we can be truly grateful for. And once we start expressing that gratitude, things start to happen.
Absolutely. So on that note, it's us for another week. We'll chat again next week. So anything else to add, Mo?
No, we'll see you next week.
Okay, cheerio then.
Cheers, guys.